yesterday, wow, that saw was really loud. Anyways, how do I explain this without sounding like completely the worst ever? I don't think you guys will think I'm the worst ever. Oh, I forgot my stream started ping. Hold up, we're gonna do that. Be right back. Stream is now. So, while I type this out, I just wanted to let y'all know, like, yesterday I was, like, really bad headache, like, migraine level. So I was kind of, I thought, I swear I can, like, I swear I put the stream ping saying, like, I put up a ping saying, like, hey guys, stream's cancelled, and also put in my schedule. But then I woke up this morning, and I woke up, like, quite at a decent time. So I woke up and I was just really confused. And I was like, wait, I don't see the pings. And I was so confused. Then I, like, procrastinated for a bit before eventually being like, okay, fine, I should, you know, I should, like, actually put those up, let y'all know there's nothing wrong with me, except for perhaps at the moment my stomach is a bit angry. So let me just tell y'all what happened and why my stomach might be a little bit angry. I did something really unadvisable. Not like in a like problematic way, it was just an accident. I was making sago fritters. If you've never had them, I really like them. And oh my god, I have to download the new version of Live 2D. Hold up. Why won't it let me? Oh, okay. Anyway, so I was making sago fritters, which are made very, like, easily. They don't take a lot of time. They are super simple as long as you have your sago, you know, like, prepared, which is basically you soak it in water for quite a few hours. And I did that, like, really early in the morning. I left it to soak, and I just was like, okay, I'll, like, come in and do the thing, you know, a little bit later, whatever, you guys know what I mean. And then like, and then I did something a little bit less good for me. While I was, you know, hands deep in potatoes and sago, one hand deep, I like accidentally kind of forgot to, well, I didn't wash my hands. So I was like putting in spices one-handed, and my red chili powder is in like a bigger container than all of my other spices. So I was just kind of doing whatever with it, and I was trying to put some in, and well, I put in way too much red pepper powder to the point where my stomach is now in a fair amount of pain. Not pain, but it's just uncomfortable. The spice didn't bother me. Even right now, it's not that I'm like feeling like, oh my gosh, that's so spicy or anything. I'm just like, I just don't know what to do. I feel like a little bit, how should I say this? Quite stupid, because I decided, you know what, I'm still gonna eat it, because I was like, there's so much red pepper in this. And normally it wouldn't bother me. It's just that, like, oh my god, I think there was genuinely way too much. But now my stomach's a bit bothered by it. So there's just like weird, like, there's something happening, something's brewing. But the thing is, I will be fine. If I feel like it's acting up, I'm gonna go get ice cream and just calm my stomach down by eating ice cream, which always works. no matter what anyone says. Ice cream works for me. So, yeah. Anyways, that was my dinner time story. I didn't really have lunch. Or I guess, like, I had mac and cheese for breakfast. Super bad idea. Not because it was bad, because it was really good, but dairy first thing in the morning does not help my stomach. So today all I've done is just make my stomach mad at me. And yeah, I don't even feel that bad about it. I'm just like, that is what it is, what it is. You know? Like, it is what it is. Ooh. Isn't that interesting? Huh. Did the keybinds change, or why isn't it working? Huh. That is strange. I feel like I've forgotten how to use this application. Do all the interesting stuff in Live 2D, but I'm gonna be honest, guys, it's been like a hot second since I've messed around with Live 2D, so let's see how far we get today. I don't think it's gonna be very far. I feel like we'll end up just discussing some tutorials that I might be able to show you guys, but that's the thing. I don't remember anything. It's been like a hot second since I've, touched Live 2D. Is it because it doesn't have a... probably. Oh my gosh. That is not good. Nose, yes. Mouth, yes. Blush, whiskers. How far did we get? Clearly I made some parts of the things deform. Huh. Head color more. Head more. Okay. That's good to know. How much did I do? Paws. Body color. Tail color. Okay. No, but like it's definitely something. Huh. Okay. So we got a fair bit into the whole process of everything. Okay. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this. Before I do anything else though, I just wanna really don't remember half the stuff that I'm doing. You can really tell it's been a while since I've touched Live 2D. Like, I'm definitely not gonna be worse than the last time I touched Live 2D, but I'm not gonna be very much better. My last successful Live 2D project, or the last project that I actually undertook and finished, was BALLMEW. If I want to keep rigging my own models, which I do, I really do, I think like, okay, that's a way to explain this. Me and some of my friends, like, well, one of my friends were discussing this, where she was talking about how if something that she's making, if she has an idea for something and she wants to make it, she needs it to be in her hands and like complete creative control, and she can't really trust anyone else to do the things that she would consider the important parts. And I 100% agreed. I was like, yeah, I totally understand. Like, even, like, I think the reason me and Hex never decided to outsource this to someone else was, first of all, we're both, like, have very strong opinions about how things should be when we're making something. Like, there's a specific vision that we're thinking of, and we end up being like very adamant on trying to make that happen. And I honestly don't, like, I think for me especially, I would rather commit to learning a whole new skill in a field I am honestly not aware of how things are or what they actually look like, until I actually, you know, for me, when I was learning how to rig, I genuinely didn't know much. In fact, I would say I didn't know anything about like animation or rigging. Like, it was really just trying to figure it all out from scratch. And that's because I already felt like, oh my gosh, like, I'm already making Hex learn so much to, you know, to just get to this point of making a model. Because that time we were still trying to see if we could do human mew before any other types of model, and ended up not being what we ended up doing. But that's besides the point. We were just like, that it makes sense to do this by ourselves. Because she also was like, well, what if they don't do it the way I want them to? What if they change something? And because she made it, and I was totally like agreeing on that point. I think if I asked somebody else to rig this, I would have very specific things, and like things I won't be able to explain to those people. It would just have to be something that I'm like, well, you know, I just realized Catmew's forehead is so huge. Was she always that big? Man, that's so funny. I'm like genuinely confused. I'm like, huh. Her forehead is that big. Really? I was just checking on my phone because the Catmew model is on my phone. So I was just trying to look at it and be like, is her forehead just that big? It really is that big. And there are some minor changes from version 1 of Catmew to version 2 of Catmew. And I feel like they're pretty obvious once you see them. But as of right now, you don't see them because, well, you know what I mean? Like, they're not there at the moment. But they exist. You can't see version 1 Catmew because I don't think I have a model file on this computer, at least not on my VTube studio here. I do have the model file saved, guys. It didn't go anywhere. I just decided to re-rig it from the complete ground up, and I feel like I've talked about this before, but the reasoning was just because the original model file was one of the first few experiments of me. Few, I say it was the second or third time I was like actually doing something in Live 2D. And I kind of just went, you know what, like, I'm not gonna do too much waiting around to get the model done. And after one try of doing something, and not really finishing it. I just jumped straight into rigging Catmew. So the model file is all kinds of disorganized and complete. Like, it would just be easier to just do it from ground up and re-rig every single part of it, because I tried to do this before, but I wanted to re-rig Catmew, and I didn't think about making it like a stream thing specifically, where I stream what I'm doing to change how she works, or like make it smoother and make it bouncier and make more sense. But that one also didn't go too well. Like, it was fine up until I think I messed with the settings for something, and then the whole model like went crazy. And even though I tried my best to get it back to what it was before, it just never stayed that way, which made me so sad. I feel so sad about that day every single day. But yeah, it really is so funny. Yeah, but that's it. She has everything. Catmew is adorable. The only thing that at this moment I don't know what I'm doing is because, well, I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really touched live 2D in a hot second. Like, I really did end up not having any time. So how about we actually look up some tutorials, because I kind of forgot what I'm doing. I'm not sure where I am. I know where I am. One of the tutorials, and I mentioned this before, is Chupuko's tutorial. Very good. Very, very, very incredibly made tutorials. And they are so easy to follow, and they're so straightforward. And I don't think I've ever seen a VTuber rigging tutorial that is that easy to follow. I always recommend Chupuko if I am like telling people about if they want to learn or get into rigging. I think she's one of those few tutorial channels that make it super easy for you to understand like live 2D basics. And then honestly, it is up to you to try to do more and like learn more things. For me, unfortunately, my skills are at very basic level, but with the help of a few tips and tricks I've learned on Twitter, etc., and through Chupuko and Wufei, another one of those incredible tutorials. I don't think they're necessarily for beginners, okay? That's the thing. Wufei, I do not think Wufei is for beginners. I think Chupuko is the best I've seen for beginners. But for whatever reason, I feel like Wufei's, the way that she explains it, it's a lot easier to learn if you already understand how to do some stuff in like live 2D. So I just feel like that is ideal. So yeah, I'm gonna have to watch everything again. No, we can do eyes. I think that's one. I literally don't remember anything. Like, oh my god. Ha! I cannot believe that I just don't remember anything. I think I've added all the clipping details, right? I feel like I have. Busier time. Ooh. ID part. Do you guys see the clip? Clipping ID? Aha, no, there is clipping ID. Good job, me. Yay. I'm glad there's clipping ID. I'm like not sure what I'm doing today. As it could be probably like hilariously obvious, I am just so yes, okay. These are all the defaults that Live2D has. Yes. I don't know why it's so... I don't know why the quality of this... Okay. Anyways, while I am trying my best to watch this and also at the same time do stuff on Live2D, which is honestly how I rig. I always have like a reference around so that it... How should I explain? It makes it easier to... It makes it much easier if you know, have a reference or like a video that you're watching next to you. It makes it much easier to... If you're like confused, if you're stuck, it's always like nice to have someone you're like, okay, I know, I trust what their judgment is. I like the way that they explain things. I understand them very easily. That's why I have Chibuko's tutorial open at the moment. We're gonna try to do eyes, okay? Or at least set up parameters. Hold up, why is it not going in? Okay, I guess I'm doing something. Why is it not working? Okay. For whatever reason, it has decided to... It has decided to be funny with me, huh? Okay, finally it's inside. She also, okay, so the funny thing with Chibuko is she also has, I'm gonna be quite silent some in the middle, like while I'm trying to focus on what she's saying, or like revisiting stuff I should remember, but I don't because it's been a while. Okay, just forgive me for that. But anyways, another reason why I like Chibuko's tutorial is for one, like I said, her language is super easy to understand. Like, it's very straightforward, it's to the point, there's no hemming and hawing. She does give you like a sort of breakdown of what these tools are and why they're named a certain way, or like what the terms that you see in other tutorials mean, and when she proceeds to use them, you have like a clear idea of what all of them mean and what they imply or what they are doing and why you need to know the terms if you want to do Live2D. But another thing that I think is very interesting about the way that she does her tutorials is she will give you organization tips that she uses with her clients and her own models. So which makes it so, for her at least, or her logic, I think it's good to have like exposure, not her logic, this is my logic. I think it's good to have a lot of exposure to different types of tutorials, so you see a little bit of how everyone does things, and everyone has their own style, and then you can sort of build your own. I swear I've said this before. I swear, like, if you go to the first video, maybe I've said this before, maybe even on the second part of this series, but I'm just gonna keep repeating myself over and over. The goal for this entire series is before my next semester starts, I want to be done with version 2.0 of Catmew, and then we'll be using Catmew and BALLMEW interchangeably, depending on if I feel more catty or ball-like. Because I love BALLMEW. I feel like I've said this so many times, but I freaking adore BALLMEW. It's just also a good time to bring Catmew back because I like having options. She was kind of retired for a bit, you know? And now it's time to really bring her back, especially since she has so many costumes these days. Like, oh my gosh, it's kind of cool how she has so many costumes. I'm very impressed by that. And then I don't know what else to say, guys. Can't wait for eventual human model, hopefully coming soon. I wish I could give you updates. I don't have any. I haven't checked in on what's going on with that human model. I've just been existing for the past few months. So has everyone else. Which reminds me, I should eventually ask about what's going on with that other human model we are planning. Which, okay, this is spoilers, but of course there was never gonna be just one model. Have you met us? Like, everyone at Entropy is just so... I don't even know how to explain it other than we're all crazy. We literally, like, we want to take it so far. Like, I've said this before, but there is a list of models we want to make. Some of them are like super easy and just like really quite stupid and cute, but some of them are like, holy shit, what were we thinking type of things. Like, there's one where we want to make a six-winged fae situation. I don't know how we're gonna achieve that. I don't even know what that design's gonna look like, but it sounds so fun that I want it. So like, it just makes me happy that it exists, you know what I mean? That list is honestly like so cool. I love that list. At least we ticked off one of them. There's one of them have been ticked off. BALLMEW is done. We can slowly, you know, slowly go through that list, and it will be so cool, so fun. Is it very obvious that I'm like totally out of it with this time? Like, also weirdly enough, the Chibuko's voice reminds me of one of my friends, which is, I think, contributes to why I like her tutorials so much. So yeah, I'm very sentimental that way. I'm listening to her right now. I think I'm gonna make it go the playback speed 1.5. So yay. I'm literally just listening to her. To be honest, like if I'm being super honest, I'm kind of like, I feel like doing this on stream is so daunting. I know there's some people who stream their rigs, some like riggers who stream their rigs, and that's really cool. I find myself admiring their tenacity, because I think it's like, first of all, they have the skill. Like they're clearly at a level where people buy rigs from them, and because it's at a like such a professional and clean level, it makes sense if they want to display it for people to come and watch, because it is kind of relaxing to watch someone do this. But they're good at that, so it's like, wow, like that's awesome, you know. I, however, am what one can consider a amateur in the world of rigging. Like, if I really do try and learn and become better and do a lot of models, I'm sure I can become good at it. And I am still not terrible at it. I'm just not a professional. But I know like how to connect the movements and make it smooth. Ergo, you would not have gotten BALLMEW if she was like not gonna be better than my first attempt at rigging, which was Catmew. So, and that Catmew was already not that bad. Like she had quite a few problems, of course, but in terms of things that could have gone worse, she was pretty good. Yeah, I'm still like, wow, I can't believe I actually did that. Still can't believe it, which is why we're currently struggling to get started on any of the rigging actual. I'm probably gonna avoid it, but the goal is to finish it within the next few weeks, aka before my next semester starts. My next semester starts in the middle of August, so I do have quite a fair bit of time if you really think about it. And so that's the reason why I want to do this, and it doesn't necessarily have to be finished on stream specifically, but I just felt like this is such a good opportunity for a person to confront their own, for me to confront my own like fear of being seen as somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. And to be like, let's be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. I've said this multiple times. There's nothing wrong with not knowing things. You cannot be perfect from the first second of what something that you might be learning. And while this is not my main thing, so my dedication towards it is intermittent, but when I am doing rigging stuff, I pay like really close attention and try my best to make it work the way it's supposed to, and make every movement connect like smoothly and beautifully, and make it make sense when somebody moves and the thing moves with it. That's why I think it's so exhausting that I'm already sleepy. That was not supposed to happen. I was supposed to call my mom at some point today. So like, this stream isn't gonna be very long, especially since I have like no idea what I'm doing at the moment. I'm literally so lost. Ha 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 ha. Because I don't remember where I left off, and you might be like, well, Mew, why didn't you just rewatch your own stream from last time? Listen, I know what I did, in the sense of I did nothing. Also, watching myself makes me not help myself. I take her as incredibly comedic, a source of the funnies, but yeah. I will probably rewatch my own stream to figure out where the heck I was, and also, like, I'm pretty sure I said this last time. Jesus, I'm just repeating myself. But I'm pretty sure I'm also gonna rewatch Chipuko's tutorials to catch up, or like at least try not to do that on stream. It's nice to have that open, but doing that on stream makes me feel like I'm neglecting you guys. And the purpose of the stream is to really just do like rig, so but like I seriously don't remember what I was doing. Let me see. Oh, where is the okay. 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 Okay, let's do this. Oh, okay. I think this shouldn't be too difficult. We're just gonna... We're gonna try our best to keep the thing as... So what we want to do here is make this smaller, almost disappear if possible, which is what we've done. However, it's not small enough. We're gonna make it even tinier, like non-existent. This has to be non-existent, you know? Ooh, okay, wait. I'm gonna make this bigger, actually. Why is it not making itself bigger? I don't remember how I did this. Let's see. Let's just... Yes. Let me just add 2 keys. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, yes, that makes so much more sense. Oh, this is so difficult. If this wasn't obvious, I really don't remember what I'm doing. barely see it. I don't, yeah, you can't see it. Okay, that's perfect. Ooh. No, wait, hold up. Because it has to be so rapid. Hello? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like how it... No, wait. Redo. Where's redo? Where did the redo go? Oh well. Ha ha ha. Where did the redo go? Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, that's not how this works. Okay, yeah, that is so much better. Holy crap, I forgot how much this was so difficult. Okay, now the question is, how do I make the eye highlight stop existing? I forgot that convenient opacity thing. Look at that. Does that work? Do you guys think that looks fine? You can really tell how long it's been since I've done something about this. Okay, but like, what if I don't want it to be... I'm just trying to decide if there's any way for it to stay opaque, but then... I'm just gonna add another... I'm gonna add another... What's it called? At 0.3. What's 0.6? I think 0.2 or 3 is where you need to add another one, and then that's where it becomes. And between these two is where it becomes to 0. I think that makes sense. Does that make sense, guys? Do you guys understand what's going on here? Like, am I making sense? Is this a cute enough. Ooh, okay. I think I also perhaps want to make this a bit rounded. Because it looks kind of sad and boring. You know what I mean? Did it work? No? Why not? Huh. It's weird that it's not affecting the whole thing. Like, what's up with that? The warp isn't really doing anything. It's very strange because it's supposed to do things. Huh. I'm confused. As you could probably tell, I'm very confused. Ah! It's so obvious that it's been a long time since I touched this whole thing. Which makes me feel like, on some level, it makes me feel like, wow, people are gonna know how shit I am at this. And honestly, there's no big deal. It's not gonna kill me if I'm bad at something. Oh, wrong. Ah, my bad. Small voice in the shadows, cause we're too afraid to see the light. 0.2 is where we add another one. Yep. So we go to I, and then we use Alt. To do this. Is it in the right place? Yes, it is. Oh! No. Ah. Oh. I almost made such a huge mistake, guys. Did you guys see what I did? Oh my god, please tell me you didn't. I'm so embarrassed for myself. I can't believe I made such a stupid mistake. Sorry, suddenly, all of a sudden, I wanted to sing that, which is so strange. It's like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Okay, now we add another at 0.2, which is where the opacity becomes 0. And when we... Yay! It looks fine, right? Oh, a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. skinnier. I move it just a tiniest bit up. And does that look better? I think it looks better. Okay, not bad. We're making progress, folks. Okay. We can do the for the very one for the first time in forever. I forgot how this parameter goes actually. Hold up. I'm just gonna save it. I'm gonna go back to that tutorial. I can't believe I need to rewatch this tutorials. I'm not mad, I'm not even sad about it, because I do like these tutorials. It's just, why didn't I do this earlier? What was I doing the whole day? Not much, honestly. Why didn't I just watch the tutorials? Wouldn't I feel more prepared? And yet there I was, just lying in bed or cooking. Okay, today the cooking, small break from the digging. Stop staring at you can keep staring at Catmew's face, but today when I was making mac and cheese in the morning, which is, don't do this, don't be like me, especially if you have like issues with dairy. I don't always have issues with dairy, but if I eat dairy on an empty stomach, my body likes to complain. Anyways, so when I was making mac and cheese in the morning, which I don't know why it took so long, but I also had extra cheese sauce left, so I'm gonna repurpose it as queso for tomorrow's snack time, which is gonna be so exciting. I'm just gonna put in some more like what's the word, spices, and make it like very delicious. But when I was making mac and cheese, this is just like a side story, mac and cheese was the main business. I was really craving cheese, like since last night, actually the entirety of the last week. I think I've been like salivating at the thought of cheese. So I keep thinking like, oh, I want like cheese and on bread on cheese in my mouth. That is my first thought. I literally sent those exact words to Hex last night. I was texting her and I was like, I'm craving cheese so bad, and all I want is just cheese on bread on cheese in my mouth. Just feed me the cheese. I need the cheese. So the next morning I decided, you know what, I don't have ingredients to make a marinara because I don't buy tomatoes if I can help myself. So I just made myself some mac and cheese, thinking, okay, this will probably curb the insane craving that I'm getting for cheese for a bit. And it did, to the point where I really didn't want any more cheese at all for the rest of the day, because eating heavy, and I genuinely mean heavy because I loaded it up on the cheese in the morning on an empty stomach, knowing that my body really doesn't like dairy on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. And I regret nothing. I had like problems after, but there were no regrets. It was just, oh, the sweet sound of freaking success, because yummy food, hello. Anyways, so yeah, there was just so much cheese in it. And then I made this remark, which was, I bought this different brand of cheese than I normally do, the stretchy kind. I mean, like, I buy this one specific shredded cheese that stretches really well, so whenever I add them to like my pasta or whatever, it makes me very satisfying. Like, it makes for very satisfying cheese pulls. Okay, usually that's what I think. I bought a different brand thinking, oh, it's cheaper, let me just try it out. I think the brand is not that good. Conclusion, it's like maybe 50-60 cents cheaper, which is a fair amount, honestly, like worth the different price points. And they're both like the bare minimum type of brands from like the supermarkets brands, so like I was just thinking like, oh, let me try this one. What if it actually works better? Because it, costs less money. It would be more value for money. I don't like. I think it's still good cheese. It's just not melty the way I want it to be when I think of shredded cheese and things. Because I don't buy shredded cheese unless it's for the sole purpose of providing more cheese bowl action. I know how insane I sound. Okay, I'm just saying. Besides that, though, I really didn't do much except for cook and like organize a bit around my house. I finally, after having let my keyboard sit in its wrapped up form for maybe 10 days of me being back, unboxed, unwrapped it to let it sit on its opened and ready to be used form. Which basically means I took it out of the cover and set it up on the sand after like a while. I've been home for 10 days and I just didn't bother in those 10 days, and today was the day apparently that I was like, yes, I'ma do it. Also because last night, for the brief moments that I was awake for a bit, I kind of like went, okay, let me just like write down a list of shit that I do need to do every day, and one of them was take medicine. My nose medicine thing has been lagging behind because I haven't boiled any water to do my nasal rinses for the past 2 days because I kind of burnt the pot I was using and I don't know what to do because it's not my pot, it's my flatmate's, okay? I'm gonna have to really put an elbow grease to try to fix it because it's just a burnt pot with burnt water. Like, it's just burn marks, nothing's wrong with the pot per se. I just don't want to have to explain how that happened. So I'm gonna buy pots, duh. Because anyways, I need a new pot. This is just a good way for me to just get those out of the way. But also, guys, I actually need to clean that up. I feel actually so terrible that I used her pot and then managed to burn water in it. Which I think is the first time that this ever happened. But I got so absent-minded. It was just on the stove and the stove was left on. And I forgot that I put the stove on, and then it just, thank God for electric stoves, because there was no like real damage other than the bottom of the pot being burnt. I am really grateful that I remembered that the stove was on after I left my room and realized, oh shoot, I left the stove on. All the water had gone away. It was about like maybe 600 ml of water in the pot, and I don't know how I managed that, but I did. But yeah, conclusion is, be careful, guys. You want to pay attention to stuff like this. I felt bad. I still feel bad. Like, I hope I can like fix the burn stains, and if not, I'm really gonna have to explain myself, which is gonna be so awkward. The good thing is though, I was thinking about what pots I should buy, and I found these like stainless steel on the inside and the outside was ceramic kind of pots. They're a bit on the pricier side, but I'm assuming the quality is good because people are saying the quality is good of those pots, and they all have lids. So all of the pots that are in that set have lids, which is something that is kind of non-negotiable for me. I always like to get pots that have lids. This is so random and nothing about the pots and the cooking is related to rigging, but stick with me. The tangents are strong and they have a carnal hold on me. That's besides the point though. Like, genuinely though, those pots look really pretty. I know I don't have space for more pots, so if I buy them, I will actually have to figure out where they fit, because I'm already kind of very limited space-wise in terms of where things go in my kitchen, because honestly my flatmate has more space than me, hands down. Like, there's no question about it. She has a lot more space to keep like pantry items and pots and pans and all sorts of things more than I do, because all of my stuff goes in, most of my stuff goes in one drawer that is for quick access. It's not very big. It does fit the current pots. I have. It's just, it means that I have to compromise on storage space for like containers and dishes and stuff like that. So I've really been trying to think of how I can get around that. My current thought process is, which we probably will, we can get some under table storage, because I was telling my flatmate how we should move the table that we have in our living room that is being used for a lot of many things, including as a place for us to dry our like clean dishes that we washed. So it has two dish drying basin things on it. They're small, so we each get our own, which is still somehow feels like not enough sometimes, because we don't clear it up every single time you're doing dishes. Those things pile up, and then it's just like a, oh my gosh, it's just like a giant game of dish Tetris. And I really need some more space to put, like, if I can get, like, put the pantry items elsewhere, I can put in, like, if something. You guys get what I mean, right? Like, there's so many ways that this could be fixed. A lot of them just involve some kind of storage system to be implemented. I think that's ideal, getting some extra storage or like equivalent under table storage, or just like tall skinny storage, something like that. Whatever I end up buying or we end up buying is gonna be cheap, because I'm not willing to spend on fancy furniture in a place I'm not gonna live for more than, well, the next 2 years. But yeah, at least that would mean I actually have more space to put my pots in, or I'm gonna have to put them on the little shelf I have, or like the little cabinet I have access to on top of the fridge, which is, you could probably imagine, very inconvenient sounding, because it is. I only use it for like extra storage stuff, like a lot of the stuff that I don't really need every single day, or like refills of various food items, live in that storage area because there's nowhere else to put them. But then I would have to shift some of my more commonly used items and then have to figure out how that all fits in. I don't know how that would work, but I'm not looking forward to it. What I do really want to do is shift where my spices are, because at the moment they're in the topmost drawer, which is just under the heating element of the electric burner we have. Which, okay, let me just give you this. There is no protection. The burner doesn't have protection under the heating element. So my spices, which are in plastic jars, by the way, didn't have a better alternative, because very temporary hot process here. They're being exposed to heat and then cooling down a lot. And I keep thinking, like, of course that's not a good thing. So I want to change that. I want to like fix it. Dude, the amount of blue on screen is wild. I just, wow, my own face twice. Holy crap, it's wild. Also, I just love how Catmew just really looks like she just doesn't have any thoughts in her head. No matter if I'm alive or not, if the face is moving or not, she just looks like she is gone. The world does not matter. You know what I mean? Anyways, the point still stands. Like, problems, such many, too many problems perhaps related to storage. And so, like, when we were looking for new places, which we're not looking for a new place anymore, we're just gonna stay where we are. And that's because the landlord agreed to get rid of the bed in my room, and I am more than satisfied as long as that bed is gotten rid of. Because then I can put a different bed in that's smaller and can fit on the, like, the smaller side, the smaller walls, and leave the rest of the room free for me to decide how things should be. And I will have more storage furniture that also doubles as storage furniture, aka furniture that doubles as storage. I think most furniture should be made to be like incredibly functional and also cute, but in this case we're really trying to like make this room as ultra hyper functional as possible, because it's a small room and I need to be able to use every single usable space, all of every little bit that exists. Things I want are a little area where I can actually stretch, because at the moment I'm stretching on my bed, it's not very like, it's not friendly, it doesn't really work, it's very uncomfortable, because one side is a wall, the other side is a bunch of wardrobes. It's not very logical. I want to have like a little storage space area, aka with all of my wardrobes. I love how I keep coming back to talking about what I'm gonna be maybe thinking about for my new room, or well, my new room arrangement. I did look again at bed frames, and goddamn, somebody, and I mean myself, I have convinced myself that a single size bed frame is the way to go. It's more than long enough, and it's more than wide enough, and on the off chance, or on the very probable chance that people do and will come to visit, and they will want, I will offer my bed always. I will always say like, no, just stay at my house, save the money, and spend it on good food or outings and shopping or whatever. I would literally, I've always said that. I just, if I'm living in the city and it's a friend or a family member, I just would offer them my bed to sleep on, no matter what. So yeah, I'm predictable in that way. I am very predictable in that way. But that's also, like, that's where the whole thing comes in. That's why I was like, maybe I should get a super single. And then, are those extra 6 inches worth it? Probably not. I want those 6 inches to put in some other something, like furniture, like a shelf, like a chest of drawers or something. I don't know yet, but it's going to be something, and it's going to be something good. Because also because the bed frame that I'm looking at or have my eye on has a lot of underbed clearance space, so I am going to utilize that with perhaps underbed storage, like maybe 2 tiny chest of drawers that can be put under my bed. I feel like that would make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? I might even try to figure out like a better setup for my desk, aka, which also includes my PC. I don't know how that would work, because like at the current moment it's like nestled in the only available space that it has the potential to be in. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I know I'm probably gonna have to have like a mini like week or 2 long break, because well, I'm gonna have to reassemble my bed and figure out what's going on with my room. And maybe I'll give you guys a tour. Like, I'll record a video and show you guys the whole thing. Because it'll be so clean. Or just a little bit. But yeah, I seriously don't know how I'm gonna have, like, decide on where everything will go. Because I have no idea right now. So I'm assuming that by some magical miracle, I will have an idea on how this should go after, ideally. Fingers crossed. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I also really want to get a, like, I don't know, quite a few things. I just keep thinking about buying more things. Don't know where I'm gonna put them, let's be honest. I have no idea where they're gonna actually end up, like how they're gonna come about taking some space in my room. But I do know that I need the space, so we will see. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Like, I have a feeling, you know? Well, also because, you know, we're ruthlessly good at this stuff. So, yeah. But honestly, you should not let me have this, like, I'm gonna be on a strict budget. Like, I refuse to spend more than a certain amount to furnish my new room, because all the stuff I'm gonna buy is probably gonna be like plastic furniture, because it just, I think it makes for easier, like, if I want to give it away to someone, or if I want to sell it, or if I want to offer it to somebody else and say like, hey, if you want, you can keep this. Even the bed frame, like, if I just give it to someone saying, if anyone needs it, you know, I have a bed frame and a mattress, perfectly fine one, I imagine, like, I'm gonna, you know, probably just do that before I leave. I'll have a few months to get that done as well, so that's, you know, that's the ideal. I would have to I would have to unassemble with disassemble. What is unassemble? Mew, excuse you? Disassemble like all of the furniture, and all of the furniture I've gotten is all like the stuff you can disassemble. Like you can just put it back in storage, completely fold it up if you want, because that's just how they're made. Which is why I like the plastic furniture that you can just pop open to use. It just makes sense. Think about it. If you are trying to buy cheap furniture that is functional and that you can like move around if you need to, because, you know, new city, new country, if I didn't like this place, which I kind of don't, but now I gotta find a way to enjoy my room, which I'm sure I will, because it'll be a lot more functional and a lot more spacious. All of a sudden it's gonna be a palace instead of a graveyard. So it would have made sense, and I already did not think that I want to invest like really heavy duty furniture in a tiny ass room where the benefits of having the mobility of moving furniture around are a lot more than if you know, kept them in one place. So that was the logic here. I'm just trying to explain what I was thinking, and I feel like I've done a really good job. I'm definitely getting more under desk storage for my desk. Like I keep thinking I should get like a tiny chest of drawers or something under my desk for one side. So like some of the stuff that's kind of like, I don't really know where to put it. Like all of my electronics that kind of just go from one section of my room to another, because I have no idea where they should go. That they would finally have like a dedicated drawer, like, oh, this is where I keep my extra headphones and like MIDI keyboard, and I know I'll be getting like a new what's the word, audio interface at some point, and a new MIDI keyboard before I hopefully next year ends or this year ends. I don't know which one it is, but like there's a lot of improvement to be had in these spaces. It's gonna be a weird few weeks when that happens, because I'm gonna just be doing this instead of other things. How is my life so busy? Honestly, it shouldn't be. Anyways, back to rigging. I don't remember what you're supposed to do for the eye smile, so hold up. Like, which part is which part? Why is there no... I'm trying to like get to the part where she's talking about the eye smile. Uh-huh. 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 Have the extra surprise open eye parameter because I forgot that was a thing, but also Catmew doesn't have the range for that. Look, her eyes are very limited in, unless they take over half her space, like half of her face. You guys want that? Letting you guys witness this means you guys have some say in how I do things. Do you guys think we should like give her an extra 1.5 on the eye open, and then it's open for surprise or something? But I feel like it'll end up being like that way most of the time. But I don't have an open on the old Catmew either. And I don't think I have an open eye, very open, extra open on BALLMEW either. Continuity wise, it makes no sense, but you know, if you guys want, I can do it. I don't think it would. I don't think my tracking phone picks up on that amount of like nuance in movement. Oh, I forgot to mesh any of these, didn't I? That's what I haven't added. Oh my gosh. Why did I do all of this without a mesh? This is very unadvised. Don't do that. Don't do it this way. Okay. Like this stream is gonna end like probably pretty quickly. I'm just trying to... Oh. Ah, okay. It didn't work. I think that's the thing I forgot to do, huh? Mesh things. Very negligent of me. Let me just auto. Oh my gosh, where is the mesh? Why is the mesh there? Standard. Okay. Standard. Yes, please. We're just gonna add standard mesh. I'm gonna have to remesh everything, but like I don't need to do that at the moment. It's kind of just like a optional thing. You know what I mean? Since I am on the subject, I might as well just like properly mesh these. You know? I have to catch up on Epic the musical because I still haven't actually like read the whole thing, if that makes any sense. I mean, watched the whole thing. But I'm gonna be honest, like this is the part that makes it hard, you know, like you think, you really do think that you're gonna like watch the whole thing on one sitting or just listen to the whole thing in one sitting. The thing is, I'm not able to do that. Like for whatever reason, it has been so difficult for me to do the whole thing in one sitting. I just haven't been able to do that at all. So this is why I am currently trying my best to slowly but surely catch up. I don't want that to happen, that's for sure. Oh. Huh. Why is it moving? That's so strange. Why is the whole thing moving? I just needed to... I just needed to do like the little bit it's supposed to. Hello? Why are you being so unruly, huh? Making it so sharp is probably gonna come like bite me in the ass, but oh well. I might have to add some more extra points because this is not looking the most balanced that it can be. So, you know, I'm probably gonna do that just to make it a bit more rounded. Like, just to make it a bit more even. Does this make sense? Am I making sense? I really hope I am. You know, one of my fears in life is to make too much sense. I think it kills the whimsy that I offer to this world. If I make too much sense, then I kill the whimsy that I offer to this world. If I make too little sense, then well, I'm incoherent and people won't be able to understand me. This is a very unreal fear. Like, this is not a genuine fear of my own entire being. It's just something I think about sometimes. You know what they say, thinking is for dangerous people. Indeed, I am quite dangerous, as some people would like to say. I feel like I'm hallucinating dots where there are no dots, which is very fun. Don't recommend. Don't do. My eyes are like glitching. This is not in the middle. Hello. Excuse you. I'm so offended that you're not in the middle like you're supposed to be. I've heard this part of that song so many times. It should be illegal for them to play it in front of me now. Okay, do you guys see the mesh? Wonderful meshing. Oh, I made a mistake actually. Manual mesh edit. Wait, where did all the meshes go? Okay, I star. We're back. We're back. Manual mesh editing. So I'm gonna do this again. Sometimes they just don't want to cooperate. You know what I mean? Oh, no, I just want to delete everything. Can I get okay. I'm just gonna do some like very, very, very rough lines, and then we're gonna go in and fix them. I love when we do this. I really don't. I think meshing is probably, in my opinion, the most satisfying yet annoying part of Live 2D. Because, okay, get this, right? It just so difficult. If you don't know how to do the thing, it just makes itself, it really does give itself the name of like making it harder for you to do super simple, one might even consider basic things when it comes to just tracing lines, like making an outline for something. I don't know why it likes to do that, but whatever, man. Like, I can't be bothered to figure out why. Okay, this is auto-connected. I'm just gonna move this a bit. Just make sure that they're distributed fairly evenly. That is what makes a good mesh, is when they are fairly even in distribution. I say fairly because sometimes it's really hard to do that. as we had seen last time, where it cut off parts of the glow. See, I think the one problem with all the Mew models or the Mewdos are the fact that I have so many glowy features in my model that it makes it so that when I do mesh things and I want to be super precise, I have to take into account the glow, and makes me think, oh my god, I really should be using dark mode because at least I'll be able to see better. At least for these like things that have blurred outlines and stuff, it will make it easier to, well, you know, make them also make sure that it's not gone, the outline, I mean. The outline follows like properly and doesn't cut off any parts of the thing, because that's the thing with meshes. If you do it right, then it works and it makes sense, and everything is beautiful and wonderful and auto-connect, please, and perfect. And then if you don't do it right, it just, oh my gosh, it really gives you grief. It really likes to mess with you. Like if you do your mesh right, making all of this stuff move more fluidly makes itself so much easier. It literally becomes like no issues kind of, no-brainer kind of thing, where you don't even have to think. It just does what you want it to so easily, and it's so beautiful when that happens. But that's, I think, the only problem I feel with Catmew and BALLMEW and even human Mew on some levels. There's just so many bits and pieces of the design that are super glowy. They have blurred edges. There's like no crisp lines, so it makes it hard for anyone to like really decide where the thing gets cut off. Because if you don't want to cut off parts of the design and make it look a bit strange, you will obviously try your best to make it make sense, you know? I like this method for anything that might like make more sense if it just like acts as if it's a contracting, like not, I don't know how else to explain it. It contracts and, well, you know what I mean. Because if I made this big and smaller, I wanted to wobble it, which is what I would do with any of these like parts inside the eye highlights, as one would call them. I would want them to like do this. Here, you guys will see. So like, I want them to like go big and then go bigger, and that's only possible if they have this kind of central point connection structure. So I tried other things as well. There's one which is like concentric circles, also works well, in my opinion. It's just I don't use it all that very often for whatever reason. Like I just never really thought about using it that often. Okay, are we doing the other meshes? Should I do some meshes? Wait, what? Oh, the glow, the eye glow. Duh, I almost forgot about that. This is where you really, really do need, like, it would be so much more beneficial to be able to see this in dark mode. I don't know why I'm so stubbornly sticking to the idea of not doing it in dark mode. This is exhausting. Trying to figure out like what exactly I'm looking at is truly a skill that I have cultivated through meticulous working hard. That's why I see so many riggers and they always pick like a dark mode, and I see them and I'm like, you make so much sense. Why are you so smart? You know what I mean? What is this weird random that? See, this is what I mean. Like, sometimes these things are super easy, and then other times they really give you grief. This one is a circle, and that's ideal. I don't know. I feel like it's so hard to make it look like this. So, I'm not sure if I want to do the other meshes for the other eye. I feel like we should just do a basic mesh for the eye anyways, because I haven't done that. Which is my bad, I'm sorry. I do have like not an arc mesh but just a warp mesh. Maybe I should do an arc mesh as well. Oh, this is the wrong eye, my bad. Oh. Huh. Do I need to wait? Something about this isn't right? Ah, okay. Standard. Okay, let's just fix that because holy crap, we're definitely gonna have to do that fixing. I refuse to let this one has a kind of crisp edge, which makes me very happy because that means it was gonna be so much easier to do the meshing. Like, look, you're gonna see a circle form out of these points, and it's gonna look beautiful, and you'll see why, because it is beautiful. There's an art to the meshing, okay? Like, you actually have to like sit and learn how to do this properly for each different kind of shape that you encounter. Ideally, you have a basic idea of what you are doing, like in the sense of what you want from each shape that you have in your repertoire. If I'm using music terms, you know, like in this way, if you know like the function it serves or the way you want it to move, you can kind of decide how the art mesh should look like. But if you don't know what it's supposed to be doing, then that's when things get a little bit more tricky, because then that means you just kind of gotta select it in like a very generic way. And if you need to later, you can always go and re-edit these. It's not like you can't do that, by the way. You can always go and re-edit art meshes and like fix them so that they make more sense for whatever it is that you're trying to do. You know, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit, but I don't like how it kind of is a bit weird in shape in a certain, like, just this area. That already makes me feel better. Should we just do the other eye as well? You know what? Let's do the other eye as well. I feel like that would make me feel so much better. Yeah. I will. Standard. Yes. Now, I don't know why, but the process to doing these are just, you do the standard mesh first to see what that pops up with. Sometimes the standard meshes are perfect, so you don't really need to do much other than just go and do some fine-tune editing on your own. But most of the time it ends up being that you have to like mesh stuff yourself, because you know most of the people who are doing this are kind of like they very much care about what the product is going to look like, and the benefits of doing this precision work is immense. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons why you might want to do it a certain way one time and a different way another. That's about the center, I think. Yeah, pretty dang accurate, I'd say. But yeah, I don't really know how else to explain these. It's kind of like, at least adding like meshes so that they properly transfer into your file makes sense to me. Like, I know that's how some people view it. Mid heart. I'm just gonna move these a little bit. Okay, my bad. I probably shouldn't have done that. I feel like this was supposed to be smaller. I feel like I'm not remembering it right. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. Kissing me goodbye. I'm defying gravity. You won't bring me down. I don't know why I suddenly started saying that. Blame the fact that Wicked for Good has been taking over my Instagram. Anything related to Wicked for Good is currently like in high demand for me. You know what I mean? Like, I need more, as people usually do when they like something. So that's why you're hearing me sing this out of honestly nowhere. Genuinely just like out of nowhere. I couldn't help myself though. You know, I'm sure you guys understand. It's just such a good franchise. It's just such a good IP. Like, when they made it, they cooked, okay? They like really thought about it. They were like, we're gonna make this the most loved thing for a while. I feel like now that it's mainstream, so much more mainstream than it was before, people really see how amazing art is and how essential it is to human life. You eat to live, but you live to view art, experience art. At least I feel that way strongly. My laundry's done. Always a good day when the laundry takes less time than you would have imagined. I don't know what time. Oh my god, it's almost 1 a.m. What the heck? Funny thing, I didn't even end up going to the museum any day of the week last week. And then I didn't. Okay, my reason for not going is because they want me to pay $10 to enter the museum, which I remembered as being free for students and residents. So, but apparently foreign students or foreign residents who might be like residing here for various XYZ AAA reasons do not get that free entry, which disappointed me so much. I was just like, you know what, I will go with other people, because I mean, if I'm gonna go, I might as well make it like a fun friend thing instead of a let's do this alone thing. Even though I love going to museums alone, I think they're one of my favorite ways to enjoy art is by myself. You might be like, oh my god, Mew, that's just so like sad. It's not. Trust guys, it is such a good way to enjoy things in your life. If you wait for other people, you're gonna end up waiting forever. It's just life, unfortunately. And learning how to enjoy things by yourself is a really essential thing to have, because, well, as it happens, enjoying things by yourself makes your life so much easier, because then you don't have to wait for other people to spend time with you. If you want to go somewhere like a restaurant or for a movie, like any of those, it just makes so that your life is so much more colorful than you can imagine, because you're enjoying time by yourself. And it is fun, like, in my opinion. Enjoying time by myself, or like going places by myself, has always been like parts of my life that I enjoy the most. Like, on my 16th birthday, I went to watch this play by myself. Very fun. And the same day I went to, because my whole 16th, like, so my whole idea for my 16th birthday was to enjoy a whole day doing fun things by myself. Because that was the year that my mom was like, okay, you can finally go out alone to like watch films and whatever. And I was so excited that that was my plan for my birthday, to spend the whole day just enjoying things by myself. I also had to go to my grandma's house at some point, so it just happened to be that there was a play happening very close to my grandma's house, and I went to the play. It was an awesome play. I also saw one of my friends there. Yeah, I was 16. Her family was like in the art related business, bringing art to the people kind of business. They still do that. Very cool thing to do, frankly. And I just really like the concept. Not gonna lie. Like, I think it's so awesome that her family does something like this. And when we were in school, I got to take advantage of the fact that they held so many of these like cool art related things. So yeah, I saw one of my friends, and then she said happy birthday to me, and we both watched the same play. Her family was the one who was organizing it, which is why I knew about it. And I was like really quite taken by the fact that it existed in the first place. Because it was like this play that was the way that they did all the acting and stuff was through these tiny like toy soldiers. And very cool play, by the way, very cool. I still remember memories of it very fondly, and I think, wow, that's so awesome that this exists. But the troupe that, or the people that were organizing it and making it happen, or well, the people who made the play and stuff, they had this giant table, very huge table. I think it took over most of the room, and there were like these setups of these toy puppet soldier things, soldiers and normal people and houses, trees, everything, right? And the whole play was based around this like real life war. And so they basically they made a story about people in those wars, in that war specifically, and like tiny snippets of people's lives. It was very, very cool. And I remember just being like, wow, I can't believe I get to do this for my birthday by myself. Like, how cool is that? Like, oh my god, I'm like really living the life, and I am living the life. Extremely privileged, extremely lucky that I get to have these kind of experiences in the first place. So it was really cool. Like, I still can't believe I ended up doing something like that. Like, I'm still a bit wow. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that exists, you know? But yeah, like, it was so cool. It was just so cool. I'm just gonna sit here and mesh for a bit. It's so relaxing to do this. Genuinely. It is like super relaxing to mesh, by the way. Which is why I think this part people do enjoy, but it can be super tedious if you like don't know what you're doing. We're gonna do the concentric trick here. You guys will see what I mean. This is the same method I used for my first rig of Catmew, because that worked so well for the mouth. As you can probably see, the top line of the mouth is curved. I don't know why I didn't ask Leafy to make it flat, like a single line, and I could have manipulated it to have this shape after I was done making all the mouth movements happen. But whatever, we did it this way last time. I'm sure I can do it again. It wasn't particularly difficult. It was just a bit finicky. You have to be careful with these things, you know? So yeah, that was like my 16th birthday. I think it's so important to enjoy things by yourself, because it does make your life a lot more interesting. The opportunities to enjoy life become more, I don't know how else to say it, like you just have more chances to live life, because you're not relying on other people to come and live it with you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And it's hard to have that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so incredibly difficult to have such a... I'm gonna get rid of this. We're gonna add one thingy here. And I'm gonna make this do that. But yeah, life is pretty cool when you think about it, you know? And being able to enjoy life by yourself is, in my opinion, a skill that helps more than it hurts anyone. Which makes me really happy that I get to do things like that. I think I'm really lucky that a lot of my friends and family all enjoy being alone, because it makes it so that when we do go out together, like, we have even more fun. Because, you know, there's just so many things to do by yourself, and even when you're alone. Okay, I like this mesh. I'm happy with this mesh. Yeah, that's... I don't know why I started talking about doing things alone, but you guys get my drift, right? But if I'm gonna pay for something like a museum visit, and I know there's like a lot of stuff that I would like to discuss with friends, or that it would be fun for a day out with friends, then I will probably try to reserve that museum visit for a day out with friends, because I think it makes sense. Concentric line trick thing. I don't know how else to explain it, let's be honest. Like, it's not really a concentric line, but you know what I mean, right? Okay, I think that works. Auto connect. Yeah, that's pretty good. If we need to change any of that, which we probably will, I will do that later. This is what the inside of Catmew's mouth looks like. Now you guys have seen. This is gonna be really rough because all I needed is for it to be like something that you can manipulate. Manipulate enough. So, and if I really need to for it to be like super detailed, I'm gonna do that later, not right now. What else can we do? I don't know. What else can we mesh today? I think we can mesh the whiskers. Let's not mesh the whiskers right now. Let's do that later. For now, we could mesh the tail or the body. No, it's fine. Whatever. Let's stop for today. Okay, I've saved it like so many times. Hopefully that doesn't die. Because that would be, you know, predictably the worst thing that could happen if the file went kaput somewhere, somehow. Oh my gosh, the thought of that makes me want to cry, because the amount of hard work you put into this is insane. I have like real respect, like so much respect for people who do this as their job. It's so tedious. I think it's fine if you do it every once in a while, for me at least. I could probably do this as a job if I really wanted to, but I don't want to do it as a job. I want to do it only solely for my own models, and maybe other people eventually, for just people in my company specifically, but not like, I want to make it a professional enough level but you are like, yeah, that's a really good rig, but I don't want to do it professionally for people other than a few chosen, very chosen few. It's a very polarizing thought to have, but yeah, there's a different amount of emotion attached to me making things, and it's like super important for me to like keep that. Also, this is really weird, but this is like completely unrelated to anything that I talked about before. But today, I was opening YouTube Studio to like check something about one of the videos I posted a long time ago, but I just had to check something. I don't know. There was like this one curious thought, I don't even remember what it was, but I opened YouTube Studio. Lo and behold, there is a stray video that is not even mine. I don't know whose video it was, but it pops up as part of my analytics. And I'm really confused at this point. I'm literally like, what the heck? This isn't even mine. Like, I have no idea what this is about and what this does for me. But it's a cover of Tsunami, not my cover. This is somebody else's edited cover video of Enna and Pinana singing the song, but they like mixed it up, something like that. And I don't know why it's showing up on my YouTube analytics, because it's not my song. And then I checked, right? I was like, okay, let me check. Do I have like, why is it registering as something that I need to see? So I go look at my cover version of Inanna's song, and there is no copyright claim, like no thing saying like, oh, there is copyright, like this is not your property, it's like free for all. I don't understand how, but I'm so confused on why it's showing me someone else's video. I'm just gonna let it be. Like, I don't want to figure out how what happened or how it happened or why it's being shown to me. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. It's just gonna have to exist. For whatever reason, I keep seeing the amount of views on it, like it gets over 40 the last 48 hours, and I have no idea why it's showing up. It's not like this is the first time I've seen it show up, and it was something that somebody else put up in 2022. This is before I even started streaming, so I have no idea why that exists and why it's being shown to me, but it's very strange and I have no like response for it. I just don't understand why it's showing up. It's so confusing. And then I checked if somebody has permissions to like my dashboard and like the back end of the YouTube stuff, and somebody had permission, like this name, freaking like a Gmail account I've never seen before. They definitely shouldn't have permission to my account, because I don't give those permissions out to anyone other than Hex and Fishy. Those two people have access because they do some like management stuff every once in a while, but like I had no idea where this like random, and I genuinely mean like random person got access to my YouTube. You can imagine my true surprise. Like I'm like actually just confused why that is happening. But now that it's gone, like access, I of course revoked permission from them. Like I still don't know why or how or what's going on, but like I revoked permissions. Now it's not my issue. So yay. Completely wild though. I don't know how that happened. Very alarming. It gave me like this, like, I was like, wow, I'm so glad today was one of those days where I've decided I need to open YouTube Studio, because I don't always open it. I honestly don't even pay attention unless there's like a notification from it specifically. Today didn't even have a notification. I was just checking something. I don't even remember what I was checking. That's how inconsequential it was. That's how unnecessarily, like, it literally completely random decision to check it kind of saved my life, in this case my lifeblood. And boy, oh boy, am I so grateful for whatever God decided I should check it today. Because genuinely, I don't open it at all. Like, ever. If I can help it. But then, I did open it. So, saved my life. Saved my ass, kinda. Definitely. Imagine if somebody got access and then they decided to randomly post stuff on it. Then somebody did get access. Thank God they didn't post anything. Not yet, at least. The mayhem they could have gotten up to. So glad that that didn't happen. Thankful that that did not happen. Ew. Oh my gosh. It could have been so bad. And it was not. So we're eternally grateful. Eternally thankful for whatever, you know, hot sparked this all. I am getting very sleepy. I thought I'd talk a bit more, but apparently not. I'm gonna start saying bye because I'm kinda sleepy, and we'll pick this back up next week. The digging, I mean. And I swear I will come prepared instead of being like, I have no idea what I was doing last time I was digging. At least I will remember what I was doing last time I was digging, okay? But I will watch the eye jig parts, and we'll finish the entire rig for the... We'll try to finish the rig for the eyes and maybe part of the mouth? Let's see, mouth rigging is complicated, so we'll try to see what we can do next week. I will plan this out. Like, I'll make a schedule even. I want to finish this and because it's not a particularly complicated model to rig, I feel like the more details your model has, the more longer it would take to rig a certain model. Like, Catmew really doesn't have that many moving pieces, so she should be fairly easy to finish. Yes, we're not counting the costumes. I mean the base rig of just like her body and normal body parts, including the halos. Yeah. See? There is some benefit to thinking of things. The thinking of things. Yeah, okay. I'm done. I really am. I really appreciate all the love and support. Thank you so much for chilling with me while I rigged, kind of. I mean, at least we got the blinks done. Like, one and both eyes are done blinking. Now we just gotta figure out the eye smile. I don't remember what that was, so ha ha ha. I will, like, I don't remember which side of, like, which point of the parameter the smile is supposed to happen, which is why I don't, like, I need to check that, which is why I was watching the tutorial, but clearly unsuccessfully because I kind of got distracted midway and just started meshing things. But yeah, that was fun. I'm glad I decided to pick this back up because honestly I was debating over the 1 month-long holiday that I had on whether this should just be done off stream and just get it done instead of doing this whole thing. And I kept thinking like, oh, there's like benefits to either, you know, like doing it on stream just gives you guys a chance to see what I think and how I process. And I think it's nice to have that kind of perspective from somebody who is doing art full time. And this isn't even the art I'm doing, but it's nice to have multiple avenues of creation. I say avenues because like there's just more ways for you to express yourself. Rigging is an art form, okay? You actually have to have some sort of artistic vision for it to move the way it's supposed to. So is that kind of a self-brag? Not really. I just think I think for art you just have to have some sort of vision for the thing. Like, you can have a bad rigger who just does things really mechanically, and then you have those god type riggers who understand the personality of the person they're trying to make a model for and incorporate elements of their you know, like art, like those stereotypes that they embody in the model and the movement. I've seen it, and I think it's very cool. So, you know, all of those models really have like some features that make them very memorable. I don't think I can do that for Catmew other than the halo. I feel like the halo makes Mew very memorable. And also just the general roundness and blue color of her being. But it's hard to jig. It gives perspective on how much time, energy, and effort goes into doing stuff. Not just for me, because this is just me investing my time, also gaining some sort of content creation from it. Because I'm not doing it off stream, I'm doing it on stream, so it's part of the stream content that I can offer. But if I did it off stream, it just means that I get things done faster. I tend to be very rambly and tangenty on stream. I just like let my mind wander and do whatever it wants, which is helpful. It's nice, of course, but at the same time, it does make these things slower. Because I have done rigs in a very short amount of time, relatively, in comparison to what I was doing today, which was just taking forever for like teeny tiny things. But this also variables include the fact that I haven't actually rigged in quite a few months. And even before, when we actually started this, I hadn't rigged in a while, which is why things were even slower. So yeah, double whammy, I suppose. But it's fine, because we're really getting back into the rhythm of things. Really breathing in the chemicals. Whoa. Oh my god. That was unexpected. I didn't mean to automatically do that. Oh well. Anyways, remember you guys to eat well and sleep well and rest well and hydrate. Super important to hydrate. And I will see you all tomorrow for whatever we're doing tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? See, I know I made my schedule and I know I say this a lot, but I really don't remember what I'm doing the next day. Valorant! Oh! Yeah, I was out of ideas for games I could play. Like, I know I have a lot of games, but the choice paralysis got to me this time. Normally, I have like sort of a plan on what games I want to try to finish or like play, but this time, no. However, I did pick a new game this week, Ogu and the Secret Forest. I'm trying to get through as many new games as I can in this few week period because I'm gonna be buying more games. It's been a year. We're gonna get back to the game buying for just the summer sale. I will try my best to only buy games once a year. I don't know how successful that's gonna be, but it does, make for by itself a thought experiment. Or I'm just really bad at self-control for things I like. Like, no, I do still have self-control. I just think that life's so short, I should just live my life the way I want. So I will buy games if I really, really, really like them and I feel like I'm getting a good enough discount to really take advantage of it. But most of my game buying happens during the sale periods on Steam. This is like completely unrelated to the game buying, but I want to get a console. I keep thinking I want to get a Steam Deck to play more games on the go. But I was also thinking how much my sister wants a more portable console. So I want her to have a Steam Deck as well. But if anyone should get it first, it's her. She really is suffering from the lack of a decent setup or like decent specs for my old PC. Now it's hers, but she also really likes gaming, so I do want to give her the opportunity to get a Steam Deck before I do. And plus I can convince my mom faster than she can if she did it herself. Because if I'm in her support, she really does get those things way faster. I think it's just the having an elder sister helps effect. If your elder sister is on your side, you're probably gonna get the thing you want. Because, I don't know, at least for me, I tend to give very strong reasons for buying something. this case, if she gets one, I still get to use it when I'm at home, so I will be happy enough for those few days that I do use it. Which is why I'm like, let her have it. She needs it, ouch, more than I do, ouch. Because I honestly don't really have the time to play it right now all the time. Well, for these few months I do, but normally I don't. So if anyone's gonna get more use out of it, it's my sister. She might as well get the whole thing, and when I do have the time and I'm at home and I want to game, there conveniently will be a device where I can game on my own Steam account because my sister has access to it. Is it a crime to share your Steam account with someone? Like, it's literally family though. Are they like mad about it ever? I have no idea. The few games that I really want to buy from the Steam Next Fest, which they haven't even been released yet, but the one that I really want is mewmew. Like, I really want mewmew. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize how much I liked it until, you know, I do really like it. I think it's so good. It's so well made. I'm truly, oh my god, there's a demo update for Lost and Found Company. Same way that I feel for I want Neo and Lost and Found Go, because I think those are the two games that I'm the most interested in from the Steam Next Fest games that I tried. And I didn't even try all that many. I just picked the ones that I was the most interested in visually. I got totally distracted and have tangented again, and I know I already started my spiel of saying bye, but I'm still gonna tell you guys about this. I was still looking at other games that I might be interested in, and I just wasn't apparently interested in anymore. Two games that I definitely want to buy are Lost and Found Company and mewmew. And oh my gosh, one of my very like fun gaming YouTubers I watch, Windet, did a video on mewmew, and the way that he was playing the game made me think like I want it even more now, and I enjoyed it myself. But like, it's cool when one of the YouTubers that you follow and enjoy their content makes a video about a game that you've tried and were like very satisfied with, and like he kept saying like it's such a pretty game, and I agree 100%. I didn't even get that far in the demo because I saw him play through the whole demo. Dang it, I actually want to play that game so much more, so bad. I see some people going back to Infinity Nikki, just staying on the gaming topic, on things I might be doing in the future related to gaming. I don't think I'm gonna play it on stream, I'm gonna be honest. But I don't really spend money on the game, so I don't really have any concerns about the money part. I do think it's still unfair. The gacha mechanics are very not forgiving, and they're very expensive if you really do end up wanting to pay money for it. So I don't think I'm ever gonna spend money on that game, and I do want to play it more. Like, I want to play it again, not from the beginning. The beginning's ruined for everyone now, but like, I want to keep playing it. I just don't think I should do it on stream. There's a reason people don't want you to play it, and I think those reasons are good. As long as you don't keep making content about it, I feel like it's fine if you play it occasionally. There is really no other game like it exactly that offers similar experiences as that does. God, they really shot themselves in the foot in the worst way possible. It makes me so mad. Like, why would you do that? You had it all. Oh my god. You had like a loyal audience, player base. They want you to do better. They're hoping that they still get better somehow. There's some sort of theory that because there were some new execs appointed in some very big name positions, that they decided the best way to make more money, because apparently they weren't making as much money as they thought they should be. Again, I think that's an easy fix to wanting more money from your players isn't to make the monetary thing more pushy, like the push to buy things in game with real money to be so pushy. I think it's better to make yourself more generous. If you are more generous, people will want to pay you more. Guess how I know that? just guess. Like, it's really simple maths. If you think about it, and I've said this before, but if you think about how harsh the gacha is in Infinity Nikki, all the people who want to be like completionist and have the whole collections of everything, they have to spend like insane amounts of money just to get it. So you have to be like a mega whale to really afford that. But if you were generous, more people would be like, oh yeah, I want the evolutions. Because if you made it so that you could easily get the whole set within 100 pulls, people would be like, yes, I want to spend more money. And if you could easily get your first 100 pulls free, I want to spend my money, get the recolors I want. I feel like that already. You keep the ocean's blessings. You do the whole, you have to do another 100 pulls to get the thing, you know, get the fourth recolor, but within those 100 pulls you still get the other two second and third evolutions. Already makes it so that people will want to spend more money. Because if they truly, like, I think even for me, I liked some of the evolutions for certain outfits so much. And if it was easy to obtain diamonds and get my first set for free, I feel like I would do more pulls. Even if I didn't have diamonds, I would spend money on it. Like, it's so simple. If you are generous, people will want to spend more money because then they're like, oh, it's easier for me to get what I want. I don't even think you have to make those, like, make the diamonds ultra expensive to somehow, like, I don't know why the profits must be so high. As long as you're more than breaking even and are able to, like, pay everyone and still have a decent bonus for everyone and for more, like, marketing and shit, I feel like people are willing to support and give money for things. The amount of, like, unnecessary in-game currency, the different currencies, like, why do they just keep adding more? How is that beneficial? The dying system, god, that's literally an atrocity. Just like every single move that they make to get more money kind of shoots themselves in the foot by making it so that people want to give them less money because it's so predatory. It makes me sad because I had such high hopes for this game. And it makes me think, as long as there's somebody who has like a decent head on their shoulders in leadership of this kind of company, I feel like they'd be making so much more money from both their games. Like, I'm talking from Love and Deep Space as well. I feel like if you're generous, people will want to spend more money. If you're generous, people will be like, I can get more. It's so much more value for the small amount of money that I'm putting in. But it really does add up. If you're generous, people will want to spend more money. They won't even realize they've fallen into that hole. And it's hard to climb out once you're in there, you know, like gacha games. And because it's such a high quality game as well, Love and Deep Space, while I may not really enjoy it as much as I want to, I do appreciate the game. And I will keep playing it occasionally. Every once in a while, I'll pull it out of its old resting place on my iPad and play it. And be like, wow, this story good. MC might not be relatable to me, but I know she's relatable to a lot of girls, and they like the whole we get attention thing from the hot guys. And I'm like, live your truth, sister. Live your truth. I support this obsession. It honestly is so easy for them to make money if they were generous. The less generous you are, the harder it is for people to give you money. Like, in the beginning, they might be like, okay, sure. And then after a while, they'll just be like, bruh, I'm not getting much for how much I'm paying you. Like, and people see the potential of Love and Deep Space. There are more otome games on the rise. Like, there's no way people are happy to just leave the pie on the table and not try to take a slice, you know? It might be your table, but we all want a slice is what's gonna happen. And if Love and Deep Space and Infold keeps shooting itself in the foot, it's gonna lose both its player bases. I mean, it's already kind of lost most of Infinity Nikki's big player base. A lot of the big content creators for Infinity Nikki don't want to play the game anymore. The few who are, I think, are just, they've invested too much to pull themselves out at the moment. And for some of them, it's like, okay, since no one's reporting about what's going on in the game, if I do that, I do get quite a bit of traction because people are still interested in the game. They just don't want to give it more, like, a lot of it's just already so like too much notoriety. It's just better to lay low for a while. For the game at least. They should fix things. They really need to fix those things. If they don't, people won't come back. It's just gonna be like abandoned by its own community. Which is very sad, but it is what it is. But yeah. Okay, seriously, I'm done talking. I'm gonna go. You guys take care. Rest well, hydrate. I should do. I'm gonna get myself a snack and then go to sleep soon. I will see you all tomorrow when we play Valorant, which I am also very average at. Bye bye now. Mwah.